Hi, it's Darnell with Wheel and Recipes, and today I'm going to be cooking up an apple pie in the Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer 360 XL. And so we're going to see how this does baking up the pie right now. Okay, so the ingredients I have here for my apple pie are 2 cans of apple pie filling. I've got a couple of pie crusts fresh out of the fridge. I've got some ground cinnamon I'll be using. And I'll also be using some cooking spray. Before I start, I'm going to start warming up the Emeril Power Air Fryer 360 XL. So turning it to the bake setting. Now that it's on bake, I'm upping to 425 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm setting the time to 30 minutes because I think I'll probably only need 30 minutes to get the pie heated up in this cooker. And so with that hitting start, it's doing its preheat. While it does its preheat, going to take the cooking spray here and just basically line the bottom of my pie pan, my pie dish, with a lot of cooking spray just to make sure things don't stick on there. And now I'm going to take one of these pie crusts out and just roll it on out. Get it rolled here into the bottom of the pie dish. So rolled out nice and smoothly. I have found with pie crusts, and this one I kind of ripped a little, but with pie crusts, you know, if you're going to get a prepared pie crust, get the better quality ones. The lower quality ones are generic brands, often might crumple up even before you get them into the pie dish. So I usually go, if I'm going to get a prepared pie crust, I usually get a higher quality name brand one. I have seen differences in the name brand versus the generic when it comes to pre-prepared pie crust. So now that I've got that in there good, I'm going to take a little of my ground cinnamon. I like to put a little cinnamon inside on the bottom of things, so just sprinkling some cinnamon across the bottom of my pie crust. Now that I've got some good amount of cinnamon across the bottom, going to take my first of the apple pie fillings and just dunk it right in there, just like so. And going to get any additional out of here, so just slide that on down, get that out of here like so. So get a little more, because there's always a little more. Alright, got all that good gooey goodness out of there. Can do the same with this one, dunk this one in there. Then I'll just maybe smooth it out a little bit. Get all the extra out. Get this out of here. I think we've just about got it now. So these are 21-ounce cans of pie filling. So this is basically 2 21-ounce cans of pie filling that I'm using here. Alright, just smooth it a little bit so it's nice and smoothed out. Now that it's good and smoothed out in there, going to take my cinnamon, and I like a little cinnamon over the top too, so there's cinnamon on the top, cinnamon on the bottom, basically cinnamon all over my pie. Just trying to sprinkle, trying not to dunk too much in a single sprinkle. But I do like some cinnamon on my pie. So that's pretty good. You can mix that up some more if you care to, you know, mix it up in there somewhat. I'll just go ahead and maybe move it around just a little bit, you know, just so that it's mixed a little bit in there. Just a little vague mixing. Just gonna set that there for a moment. Gonna get this pie crust across the top of my pie now. I'm gonna open this one very carefully and get it across the top of things. To start, I won't be putting any foil around the edges. I will put foil around the edges of the pie if I see a need during the cook, which I may. You know, I anticipate I will. but you know, I'll wait till I see the need, then I'll throw the foil around the edges of the pie crust. So just going to, I guess I can tuck it in on the pie itself like this. Just kind of fold it over, fold it in and over. That'll look nice. Just try and do it quickly before things preheat it, but it's okay if things preheat. We can always dial the time back as needed. So just fold it in there. Almost done. Spin it for easier tucking. Alright, we've got just this little bit left. We got it all basically tucked in for baking. That's pretty nice. Now I can take my fork and I can kind of flute my edges a little bit real fast. And I also want to basically poke my fork into the top of the pie crust some to give a little venting. So, you know, if you don't vent, then you'll get a big bubble in your pie crust and it won't look nice. A big bubble popping up out of it. Because that hot air inside has to go somewhere. And I figure where I've got this pie filling on the edges of my pie crust, I am definitely going to probably see some fast cooking on that part of the pie more than likely. So we're probably definitely going to need some foil part way into this. Alright, so we've got some holes poked in for venting. Give it some good venting. We've got things kind of fluted. So everything's looking pretty good. Once it's done preheating, we'll get it right in. Alright, our preheat is finished, so I hit pause. Make sure my time's at a full 30 minutes. Open up. Gonna get it on in. It's on the bake level, which is level 5, and hit start. And basically going to let that cook for the 30 minutes. I'll bring you back. Alright, so we're 15 minutes in, and there's something that I forgot to tell you earlier, but I have to pause. And we've got to spin the pie, because basically the back of this cooker cooks hotter than the front. So we have to spin it. So spinning it around. And I forgot also that I have some pie protectors, so I'm going to use one of my pie protectors on this pie instead of putting foil around it. But if you don't have a pie protector, definitely use some foil to protect the pie. But I'm going to stick my pie protector on. You can see my edges getting a little char on them, especially from that filling that was on there, on that fork. So hit start again. Basically going to let this go for the last 15 minutes with the pie protector, and then we'll get it on out and have a look at it. Alright, so just 25 minutes have passed and things are looking done. So I'm going to get that pie out of there at the 25-minute mark instead of waiting a full 30 minutes. And so I'm just going to hit cancel right there and going to open up and get this pie out of here. Just slide it out a little and get my pie protector off, the rim protector off of it. Alright. Now I'm going to get this pie over here on the cooling rack. I'm going to get up under it carefully. Just try and get around the sides without in any way burning myself. Alright, so there's our complete pie. And now I would like to just test the middle of it with a temperature probe. You can see the inside is over 200. Over 200 degrees, and it was just in there for a mere 25 minutes. So it's very hot. I'm going to give it a couple hours here cooling, and then I'll bring you back for some cut and plate and taste testing. Alright, so it's been a couple of hours letting this cool down. It has not been in the refrigerator or anything. So when I cut it, you know, it is likely to maybe move and cave a little bit where I cut it, but all the same, I want to check it out now and see how it is. I think that, you know, it turned out pretty well. I didn't put that edge cover on until 15 minutes into it, so where it was in the back, it just got a little extra crispy there, but you know, you can put your edge protector on if you like, but overall, I think that it did turn out well. And so I'm going to go ahead and cut into it now. And it's cutting in very easily. And I've also got, as you can see, a little whipped cream there. Just going to throw a touch of that on top of it also. So it's coming across very easy there. Now I'm going to get in here, try and get this slice out. It will, of course, firm up once it's had time in the refrigerator, but came out okay. So there's our finished apple pie. You can kind of see the side there. Just going to throw a little whipped cream on there. So here we go. All right, get the camera moved and we'll taste test. All right, so here's our apple pie. So I'm going to get a piece off of here just for tasting. All right, it's very good apple pie. The apple is very soft, so the apples got very well cooked. The apples are soft, they're not hard or crunchy at all. So it turned out great. Just 25 minutes. The Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer 360 XL knocked it out. And overall, I think the bake turned out pretty decent. So, you know, for a long bake like that or something like a pie, did a decent job. I'm cool with that. And so definitely want to hear how you feel about that cook. Maybe you can talk about in the comments some things that you've baked or pies and desserts that you've cooked in the Emeril Lagasse Power Air Fryer 360 XL. But this recipe, along with others, you can get in printable form at superwaveovenrecipes.com. In the video description, you can check it out. You can also get referral links to like the regular size version of this cooker and to my Amazon shop for other things and other ways to support the channel. You can always come to this YouTube channel by going to waveovenrecipes.com. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at waveovenrecipes. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with a friend, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and good eating.